Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. I am Shelly B, a conservative Black sister surviving in a hot mess world. And today's hot mess is still why people don't understand why Black people are running from the Democrat Party and the liberal agenda in droves, okay? Um, People always ask me why I post things and why do I talk about this? Because I feel like I want to see my people up their frequency, expand their horizons, and stop just voting, against our interests, and to really look at other voices because I feel like, you know, a lot of the times we're just so stuck in, you know, voting Democratic for whatever reason. I don't know why, because I spoke to a lot of people about this, and a lot of people don't even know the candidates, and they just vote Democrat across the board for any election that comes. And I just really want people to see that, I'm not the only Black person that that doesn't support the Democratic Party for decades. It's a lot of people out there. So I like to share the independent news that I watch. I like to share news stories that I know you're not going to get from mainstream media because they're just too biased. Um, Shout out and MSNBC for canceling Joy Reid's show. People will say, "Oh, she's a Black woman. You hate on a Black woman." No, she's just a bad representation of a Black woman put in place as a psyop to divert Black people from using their own brain and thinking and realizing that the liberal agenda and the Democratic Party is not for them. I don't support any of those people. I don't support any of these people. I look at the policies and I look at what is going to be best for myself, my people, and my son. And Democrats have just never, ever, ever, ever stood on anything that was good for us. I implore anybody to tell me right now, what have they ever done, for us? And in the last campaign cycle that they lost, what were they running on that I missed? What was the reason that I should have voted for them? Please tell me. I want to show you guys some stuff today. I actually talked about this a little bit last night. But today I just wanted to show you that there are lots of Black people that, support, the Republican agenda because their policies align more with us and the things that we, that are important to us. You can watch yesterday's video and it tells you a lot about that. But today I just wanted to show you some perspectives and opinions of people that do not support that agenda. But before we, go there, please like, share, subscribe, the usual spiel that all streamers have. Please like, share, subscribe to this channel so that, I can get the algorithm so that I can get enough followers to monetize the channel and just get the message out there. My whole purpose is to elevate you guys' frequency and at the same time elevating mine. And one way I feel that we as a people are going to elevate our frequency is to misalign and run for your life, Jesus, from the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party was created to abolish slavery. They did that. They had our back in a lot of ways. They messed up along the way. They had a few, people infiltrate that didn't have our interests or whatever the case may be. But now it's time for us to go back. We should align ourselves with the people that are willing to align with us and hear us and, at least fight for the things that are important to us. So let's go. This is another gentleman I like to listen to on here. Again, most of the people that I show you are just to show you a different perspective outside of Democrat media, globalist controlled and paid for media that is just one-sided and biased. You got to hear all sides and all opinions, to make a decision. And that's what I do. I'm not a blind faith follower of anybody. I just look at the policies and I look at what makes sense and I think for myself, and that's how I voted. And that's how a whole lot of people voted. That's how 70 million people voted. So let's show you this. And all of the things that I show you guys, You can see the links in my description on YouTube. I would like you to watch some of these people's channels and go to their channels and look at it and see, what they're talking about, and just stop having a one-track mind and, just believe in anything that you're told, because you're going to find out that a lot of misinformation, that the mainstream media is the king and queen of misinformation. So I want you to hear what
some people are going to watch this video and still keep their mind made up. It doesn't matter how much proof you put in front of somebody. It doesn't matter how much objective facts is presented to them. They're just not convinced.
This is a perfect example of why President Trump always has to be on guard against these so-called reporters.
On the campaign trail, you called yourself a nationalist. Some people saw that as emboldening white nationalists. Now people are also saying...
Now, this is what the media always does. They're always trying to race bait. They're always trying to, anything that not just him, anything that anybody says that goes against their narrative, or anybody that, wants to go in a different direction from what the liberal agenda is, they're going to attack them. Can y'all please look up what a nationalist is? Please. I prefer having a nationalist run the country than a globalist. Democrats are globalists. That is why you saw that they took all of our money and sent it abroad. They took all of our money pushing their agenda in other countries because they want to have a one world government. So they're taking our tax money in America and going around soliciting and trying to propagandize people in other countries to accept their agenda. There's nothing wrong with the nationalists. I'm American. I'm from here. Why wouldn't I be a nationalist? Why would I care about some other country when I live here? Patriot. What is wrong with a patriot? A patriot is, again, somebody that just loves America and loves this country. Why would you want to align with a group of people that don't put America first, that don't like America, hate Americans, and have a bunch of people that they allow to come here that don't like America and don't like Americans, and they supporting this globalist agenda to send out all of our money abroad to fight for land and to pillage land in other countries? Can y'all please make it make sense?
It's such a racist
There
question.
are some people that say that now the Republican Party is seen as supporting white nationalists because of your rhetoric. What do you make of that?
White nationalists. If you are America, if you live in American, you are a nationalist, or you should be. Why wouldn't you be a nationalist? Why wouldn't you love your nation? Those Mexican immigrants sure was waving their flag out there. They was mad about ICE, and they're out there waving a Mexican flag because they're nationalists of Mexico. They like Mexico, but for whatever reason, they're over here mad because they can't stay here, but waving a Mexican flag. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's ridiculous that y'all don't understand this.
I don't believe it. I don't know. Why do I have my highest poll numbers ever with African Americans? That's such a racist question. Right. Honestly, I know you have it written down and you're going to tell me. Let me tell you, it's a racist question.
And Mr. President,
I love it. You know what the word is? I love our country. I do. You have nationalists?
I love our country too. Now check this out. They call us African Americans. Ain't nary one of us from Africa. None of us have lived in Africa. We're not born in Africa. If your ass get locked up abroad, it's nobody in Africa coming to get you. It's the United States Embassy that you're going to have to call to get your ass back. You understand? When that basketball girl got locked up in Russia, she's African American. Did anybody in Africa come to her defense? It was America that came to her defense. Stop believing that shit. The reason why they want you to claim African American is so that you don't have any rights to the land here. Okay? Don't get it twisted. Everybody did not come over here on a damn slave ship. Black people were here before that. So don't fall for that bullshit.
You're globalists. I also love the world. And I don't mind helping the world, but we have to straighten out our country first. There's a lot of problems.
And
excuse me, but to say that, what you said is so insulting to me. It's a very terrible thing that you said.
Amen to that. Donald Trump just nipped it right there in the bud. But of course, legacy media would not play you this clip. And if they did.
Exactly. This is the reason why I show y'all stuff like this, because if you're watching mainstream media all the time, you're not getting the true reality of anything going on in the world. You have to watch independent media, podcasts, other news from other countries about what's going on here, because you will be very shocked at when you watch news from another country, what they're reporting about what's going on here. Our media is pure propaganda over here if you're listening to mainstream media. I'm just telling you.
They're somehow manipulated into being Donald Trump, demeaning her in some sort of way, shutting her up or not letting her speak or cutting her off. They would have spent this either which.
You should cut somebody off when they're trying to defame you or lie on you and try to slander you in public in front of everybody. You should defend yourself. You know, that's what I'm saying. They want men that are kitty cats. They want men that are going to be these soft ass men and let women run all over them. And I don't think a leader should be like that. Especially not a leader of one of the greatest, if not the greatest nation in the world, should have some freaking balls.
Where they could, but I wanted to show y'all that clip, because I wanted to show y'all this clip. JV the Great, shout out to the homie, posted, wait, what is this? Democrats said that Trump canceled Black History Month?
Now that's another lie that they put out there, that he canceled Black History Month. Like, mainstream media lies so much. Everything that you read from them, you should double check it. And you can't check it with Google fact checks and all that, because those are other, you know, legacy owned companies, Democratic propaganda sites. You have to go down a rabbit hole and do the real research, because you're being lied to. Look what they're doing with our tax dollars. Every one of these agencies in this government is corrupt. What more do you need? What more do you need?
And we got the highest vote, and one of the big reasons I'm president today is because of the Black vote, and I just and I always appreciate it.
Because let me tell you something, Black people. And now the polls are showing that almost 50% of Black people agree with what he's doing, and they're happy for the way he's getting things done, and he campaigned on everything that he's doing. People that voted for him and follow his campaign are not shocked about anything that he's doing, because he campaigned on it and he did what he said, and everybody's like, oh shit, he said he was going to really go after the deep state and, you know, expose all of these corrupt politicians and expose all the corruption, and he really is doing it. So people feel like they got the money's worth for their vote. You know, only people that wasn't listening and being propagandized the whole time are shocked by anything that's going on.
So
hold on. I'm gonna make sure the people in the back can hear what he just said. Did y'all hear what he said?
And we got the highest vote, and one of the big reasons I'm president today is because of the Black vote, and I just and I always appreciate it. So this is a very special time. It's Black History Month. We love you all. We're gonna work with you. We're gonna make America greater than ever before.
Mainstream media did not show this Black History event that he had at the White House. It was lit. It was packed up in there. Hundreds of Black people showed up for that shit. And I'm telling y'all, you're on the wrong side of history if you're going to align with this liberal and Democrat agenda. I'm just telling y'all. Just like I told you, you're going to be on the wrong side of history with COVID. I'm telling you again that you're going to be on the wrong side of history this time.
We're going to do it together. And I want to thank you all for being here. It's an incredible honor. And
amen to that. So right here, you hear him giving us, the Black community, our praises for our part in him being able.
And he not only praised, but he put, you know, he's not like the Democrats of just saying, oh, we're the party of Black people, but never do nothing for Black people and never hear what is important to us and never try to do anything to support us. You know, like, I feel like, you know, he has a pardon czar. He knows that the prison industrial complex has locked up thousands upon thousands of people and have them rotting in there, and they shouldn't be in there. He has a whole agency that's going to go and look at this and try to pardon all of the people that don't need to be up in there. I ain't never heard Democrats say they would do nothing like that. You know why he's doing it? Because he listens, and he saw that was important to Black people, and that's why they voted for him in large numbers, especially Black men, because they are very much affected by the prison industrial complex. So for women to sit up here and talk shit about Black men publicly on TV and diss these brothers, you don't know what they're going through, and you don't know what their fears are and what their needs are. But this president, he listened. And that's why he got their vote. And I commend him. And I think that it does need to be looked at. Every agency in this damn government needs to be looked at because there's a lot of corruption going on and there's a lot of people sitting in prisons right now that shouldn't be there. And he stepped up to say, I will look at this and I will put together some people to go check on y'all people and get the ones out of there that don't need to be in there. Y'all could kiss my freaking grits with Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party at this point. And more people are waking up to this.
Able to become the president again. Yes. He said, look, your role was important in being able to get me here, and he acknowledges that. But for whatever reason, the Democrats want to make it seem like he just brushes past these things. I don't get it. Why are people so fixated on not wanting to focus on the good that this man do? Because, man,
they don't want to focus on the good that he'll do and at the promises that he kept to his voters, because they know that when he got in office that he was going to come for them, because he said it from day one. He said it for 4 years that I'm going to come for you. I'm going to get you, and I'm going to come in there and I'm going to expose all of you. Remember, he used to be a liberal. He used to be a Democrat too. Him, Elon Musk, and a lot of people in his cabinet, RFK, they all were Democrats, and they saw the bullshit and they came out of it, you know, and he's always said he would expose them. And the people voted for him because he said he would, and the people are getting what they voted for. If you didn't know and you missed the memo, that's on you. But the man said what he was going to do, and he's doing it.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to answer the question that I just asked. Because mainstream media has done a really great job of brainwashing us into believing or getting triggered by color.
There you go.
You lost me at Democrat said President Trump keeping it real and trying to make things better for all Americans. Yes, he is. And as George pointed out, he ain't try to switch up his demeanor or accent to try to fit in with us.
Where Kamala, every show, anywhere she would go, she's trying to act black. Then she tried to act Spanish. Then she tried. Hillary Clinton did the same thing. These people are so damn fake. And I just can't believe that it took this long. Now, mind you, Democrats always knew that black people were waking up, and they knew that they were going to lose the black vote with a lot of the policies that they had. And they really didn't care because they had that plan to open the borders and have all these other nations come in here and treat them like gold and then have them vote for them. You know, they let in however many millions of migrants, and, you know, the migrants would be grateful and vote for them. You know, they thought that's what was going to happen. And I don't think that they really thought that the American people would be smart enough to see through that and vote against them. They never thought that they were going to lose. So now it's unfortunate because they have all these, you know, illegals here that they told to come here. And now they got them stuck, you know, because Trump wasn't going for it and the American people wasn't going for it neither. And that's why 70 million people voted close the border.
Either.
Yeah. I'm proud to say that we received, listen to this, more votes from Black Americans than any Republican president ever, not even close.
Any Republican president ever since the Republican Party was created to abolish slavery. You know, any president since, you know, the first black people got the right to vote as Republicans, the first Latinas got the right to vote as Republicans, the first women got the right to vote as Republicans, the first Asians got the right to vote as Republicans. Give me a break, okay? Give me a break. You guys, I'm telling you, the Democratic Party has never really aligned with us. We just got hoodwinked into, I feel like we've been worse off since we've aligned with these people. Okay, let's try something different. They've been in power for decades. Let's try something different.
Almost 40% of the vote. Now, I won't be happy the next time. Should I run again? You tell me. There's your controversy right there. There's your controversy.
He trolling the media.
And he knows how to use the media. He knows what to say. Him and Elon Musk, he knows what to say to get all the coverage. And, you know, they say any type of press is good press. You know, they're always talking about him. And he knows that the more they talk about him, the more people are going to want to look at him. You know, he's not stupid. This man has been in the game for 40 years.
Right there.
Now look at Tiger Woods' ass standing up there. Now that was somebody I didn't agree with. Tiger Woods, they could have did much better than that. I don't know who they would have picked that's a conservative sports player because most of the sports players are liberals, but I mean, Tiger Woods, give me a break.
They about to run with that. Oh my gosh, Donald Trump. Watch. I can't wait till the news clip come up. Y'all send it to me. Watch. I'm predicting it. He just said that he was going to overthrow the Constitution so he can run for 4 more years. He said it. He said it.
Didn't Ecuador elect their president? He cleaned up Ecuador and got rid of all the gangs and opened up these super prisons and locked everybody up. They have no crime whatsoever there. All of the cartels are in prison. And didn't his people elect him for like extra term or something like that? I don't even think Trump needs to, run again or try to keep his position, because I feel like, he already proved himself, and I feel like his vice president is more than capable of going, and he could go for another 8 years, So I feel like, they have a very secure foot.
You'll be seeing that you're gonna see that tonight, Tim, on television.
He knows they.
I want to thank just a few of the people who are with us today, and
I'm proud to try to tell y'all, man. And he said, "Yep, you'll be seeing this on television later tonight." Yep, he'd be winning for a 4th time. Somebody says, because we all know what happened. Now, yes.
But what people don't understand about democracy, even though we are a constitution, a republic, you know what I mean? And our rules are based on the Constitution. However, if you want to go with democracy, the people can say, we want them for another term or whatever. And it's in a democracy, you have to do what the people say, the majority rules, and we follow what the people want. So that's what Democrats are always trying to do. They're always talking about democracy. They're always trying to rally enough people around some idea so they can, take away your rights or remove something out of the Constitution, or, because they know that the majority can rule. Like, look what they're trying to do now. They're trying to get the people to rally around them so that they can get rid of this president, but it's not going to work. But that's democracy. That's how it works.
Some famous, some rappers up in there. Kodak Black, hip hop artist, Billboard charting rapper. Kodak Black was embraced by Trump supporters when he arrived at the White House for Black History Month. We are having the times of our life in this month. Well, he said out this month.
I mean, the funny thing is that the media never shows a clear picture of this party, because it was packed shoulder to shoulder up in there.
Son Dom Lucre. Kodak. Now, if y'all ask me, yeah, I'm a little indifferent. I wish I was there. So because I gotta suffer, I'm gonna make y'all suffer.
Yes. What about you, Am?
Remember this?
Huh? Okay, well, I don't do sports. I don't do football, so I wasn't watching the game. But listen, I think today Donald Trump is going to sign an executive order banning Black people from halftime. Because you remember last week we were talking about
exactly how
and somebody will walk away with that, with the idea that Donald Trump, he's going to ban Black people from halftime after that. I wish they could have said legal note. But yeah, the woke mob continues to try to convince people that Trump is racist. But today, man, he just, but we're going to continue into the meltdown realm real quick. I really wanted to know what Al Sharpton thinks about this.
Look at this crazy man, this mayor in Chicago. That's a lot. A lot of people in Chicago voted Republican this time, and they say they're done with Republicans forever because of what they did to the people there. Now, this is the thing that why Black people, I feel, are stupid in this way with the migrant situation. Because they're not going to put the migrants in some rich neighborhood. You know what I mean? They're not going to do that. Those people are going to fight to not have them there. Know where they're going to end up? In the hood with you. And that's what they did in Chicago. And those people got lit and they voted against him. And I know they're going to vote him out of office and then get a Republican in there, because how they did the people in Chicago was just disgusting.
Right now. But the closest thing I can find is this exchange between him and Mayor Adams. Not Adams, Johnson. I'm sorry. Just listen to this fear-mongering BS, man. Progressive Mayor Brandon Johnson.
You guys got to listen to other media, because I'm telling you, you're only going to hear one side, one opinion, one perspective. You know, I like to show you guys people like this so you could say, oh, look, a person that looks just like me has a different perspective. And then, you know, you have the ignorant black people that will say, oh, you coon, oh, you black white supremacists, all these different things. No, I just think for myself and I look at all sides of an issue. I do the research, then I make a decision. I don't let mainstream media and a bunch of people that I feel are crazy tell me what to think. That's the difference, okay?
Alluded to Trump being racist for targeting large metropolitan areas that harbor illegal aliens. You have Mr. Al Sharpton here, over here insinuating that Donald Trump is only targeting him because he's black.
City of Chicago is going to stand up and lead the way.
And I get so tired of black people making it seem like they're always, you know, being attacked all the time and, you know, oh, because you're black. No, you're making bad decisions. You're doing the people that voted you in dirty. You're choosing people that are not even from here over the people that are there suffering in Chicago that need those resources, and you're not giving them to them because you're wasting the money, spending it on people that are not even from here. This mayor is disgusting. I would love to see him get voted out of office. He's the worst. I'm telling you, these black mayors are horrible. These blue black mayors, honey, I'm telling you. These people have got to go. Y'all have to see these people, and you have to really look deeper into these people. They're horrible.
Now, you mentioned two mayors in Atlanta and one in St. Louis. It seems that Trump has been the most confrontational with the nation's largest city mayors, such as yourself, who are also mostly black in these cities, the mayors.
Lord.
Do you personally feel targeted, and are you concerned with potential consequences or retaliation from the administration as you push back?
Well, we're certainly not afraid. Look, Frederick Douglass, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
See, this is where you guys have to know history. Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther King were both Republicans and would have never, ever, ever, ever in a million years accept this agenda. Please don't let these people lie to you.
Fannie Lou Hamer sat down with some of the most detestable people in our nation's history. And if they can sit down and work through elements of threat, certainly I can do that.
You are nothing even no comparison to Martin Luther King, Frederick Douglass, and Fannie Lou Hamer. This man needs to go sit down all the way down out of the view of this camera lens because he is full of shit. This man, I'm telling you, is corrupt and stupid as can be. I'm sorry. You know, I feel like it's our duty as black people to call our people out that's getting in the way of our success. Chicago needs that money that you're wasting fighting for immigrants and trans and all these things that don't help the people that voted for you. The people are telling you they don't want it. This is where Democrats fail, is the people telling you what they want and you're not listening and you're doing what you want or whatever you're told to do by the powers that be that are above you. I can't even understand why anything that he's saying and why he thinks black people give a fuck about this shit.
What is very obvious, though, to me, is that there is true animus against progressive politics that see transformation through the lens of liberation, and particularly
bro. You ain't fooling nobody with all those syllables, dude. You basically saying we're not measuring up to the ideology of allowing illegal criminals to be able to be provided for and aided for. Like, bro, you're not fooling nobody with that BS.
As we celebrate Black History Month, when you look at the accomplishments that we have made over the course of decades in this country, it has always been through the lens of Black folks. Look, here's the part that's actually fascinating to me, especially as we talk about DEI. During the Great Depression.
I just have to laugh at him because he can get on a liberal TV show like this and talk shit. But you guys have to really Google and go on YouTube and watch them town hall meetings with them people with him. They rip his ass to shreds every time. The black people in Chicago hate him.
Unemployment for white men was 30%, Reverend, and our country called it a national crisis. They got housing, they got education, they got shovels before there were things to dig. No one talked about diversity, equity, and inclusion when white men needed to be made whole. And now you have Black folks, brown folks, Asian folks, you have LGBTQ plus folks across this country that need us to stand up for working people.
Okay, but can you stand up for the Black people that are in your district, in your city right now, that actually voted for you and actually pay taxes? Can you worry about those people? Because those are the people that come to them town hall meetings and light your ass on fire every time because you're not listening to them. You're not giving them anything, and you're taking all the money and distributing it through all these agendas that the majority do not want. That is the thing, what I'm saying about democracy. Because if these people were really for democracy, the people have spoken, the people are saying what they want, and these people are not listening. They want to force their agenda regardless of what the people are saying. That is why they have got to go. They have got to go.
That's the legacy.
Oh my God, shut up, bro.
Thank you.
Like, shut up.
Exactly.
I can't take no more of that.
None.
Both these two pieces are pieces of All right. Exactly. Like, bro, these
majority of Black people that have
I can't wait to watch them melt down. I was over here waiting to see if we had some CNN or MSNBC clips that was going to rise from this. I posted up wanted to show y'all this just because I'm like, I wonder how he feels that, I mean, Trump just debunked that whole SNL skit. I get that it was done in 2012. Cool, we could take the joke, but
he really did, because a lot of the policies that he ran on to help Black people in the plight that we have, I've never heard Democrats ever say anything. They just tell us, "Oh, you're the party. We're the party for Black people. Vote for us because I'm Black," and then they never do anything. And they probably laugh at us and say, "These Negroes are so dumb. We can tell them anything. We got their vote in the bag." You know what I mean? I really think that they get together and say that, because we don't hold them accountable for anything after all these decades of doing nothing. And our communities are failing. Our schools are failing. You know, unemployment is terrible. You know, our communities are terrible since aligning with these people. We've lost everything.
I'm just saying, like, he had a room full of Black people. You insinuated that all Trump supporters look like that. Somebody said, what a racist. Trump hosts Black History and Trump hosts Black History Month event. Quote, "We have more Black Republicans serving in the House since 1870. They think that's Black? I mean, racist? Wow. Right below that, haven't you heard he is now racist against Mexico and South America? Oh, and Canada. They gonna say he pandering?
I know he wore me out with the Tiger Woods thing, because I just can't with Tiger Woods. I don't agree with everything that Trump does, and that Tiger Woods thing was one of them that I just was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" And even Tiger stood up there like, "What am I doing here? I'm not Black. I don't think I'm Black. Like, how did I get this title?"
Really? Somebody else having a meltdown right now. Seeing which famous Black people showed up for the Trump Black History Month event. But it wasn't that made me laugh the most. It was, I guess, the updates, the real-time updates, and how he was processing all this. He says, "I have to watch the racial draft episode again because I think Tiger traded."
Exactly.
Now, what he's referring to right now is episode of Dave Chappelle, from the Dave Chappelle show, where he did the racial draft, and Tiger Woods was on that episode. I can't remember which race he got drafted to. A culture lost to mankind also says, "Is Miss how you say that? Dolezal in attendance?" I don't know. Who is Adam? They're booing Pfizer CEO. Yes, they did. He needed a Black guy on his cabinet, always in HUD. He's really trying to preach for uplifting everybody while working with this administration, knowing he doesn't have Black friends and seeing this as wow. He was in a Reconstruction era as a I'll just leave it like that. All right. Now,
Not too bad.
this is something that I think that black people could be black people whom are engulfed in this month and the traditions of what Black history is. They're gonna listen to this and be like, "Oh my God, Trump is that guy."
And what a great athlete that was. Martin Luther King Jr., Muhammad Ali. He was not a bad athlete. What do you think, Muhammad? Not too bad. And the late Kobe Bryant. People love Kobe Bryant.
Well, what he's referring to is that he wants to make this monument somewhere in Washington where it's a monument to, prominent Black figures, and they're going to make statues of them and stuff like that. So these are the people that he's naming that he thinks should be, in the monument.
And we're going to save Tiger Woods for another time. That's all that I can. And what a
He said we're gonna save Tiger Woods for another time. What a comedian, man. Donald Trump.
I love it though. I agree. Save him for another time. He has not earned it.
Announcing that a statue of Kobe Bryant will be placed at the National Garden of American Heroes. He also mentioned MLK.
Now that's nice. National Garden of American Heroes. That's awesome. And I bet you mainstream media is not telling you any of that because that goes against their racist narrative.
And I mean, what more can you ask for from a president? Somebody who doesn't try to sit up there and talk to he ain't up there like, yo, we gonna do this, son. We gonna get mad celebrity statues, B. He ain't up there faking his accent. He ain't up there talking about no hot sauce. He ain't up there talking about nothing other than addressing the American people. While also today catering the message specifically towards the holiday of Black History Month. Somebody said, W Trump. Somebody also said he likes Black people. It baffles me that people still run with this narrative that Donald Trump don't like you because of the color of your skin. You can care less, bro. And come in, cringe lords, coming in to bring up Colorado. Greatest of all time, GOAT. Somebody said, let's appreciate.
Now, I just want to remind you that all of these channels that I show you and all of these Black voices, conservative voices, and just other independent journalists and stuff, they all have huge followings, huge. A lot of these people have more followers and have a bigger network than the mainstream media. And that is how Trump was able to win, because he got out and spoke to those people. A lot of these politicians thought that they were too good, and that's why they lost, because his message got out and theirs didn't. And what message they did have to get out, the people just didn't want to align with it. The people were like, we don't want that agenda.
This is not, and let's appreciate this and not make it political. I mean, it is political. It just is what it is. Let me read a few more. Kobe Bryant, though, man. Like, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty cool. I think somebody else should be in place. It really wouldn't matter, man. There's so many heroes out here. Black, white, Puerto Rican, and Haitian, right? Somebody said Kobe was the last time I enjoyed watching the NBA. Can't turn the TV off in the last 5 minutes of a game. He ate at a restaurant I worked at in Newport Beach. And after he left, I went to sit at his seat. Just wanted to sit in greatness for a minute.
That's crazy.
Hey, bro. That was a little too much of a mess. You probably would keep that last part to yourself, okay?
Yeah, word.
Anywho, shout out to Donald Trump. How do I say? Smacking these liberals in the face with just being himself. What more can you ask for, man? Y'all take care of yourself today. Please go check out somebody.
Shout out to you, Kingdom Reacts. I really like that show. And so, I like that video because it just shows you a different perspective than the mainstream narrative that you're used to getting. There's thousands, tens of thousands of voices like this out there in the world. Journalists that want to get the real media stories out to the world, that, they risking life and limb to tell the truth about a story. And, God bless these people, because, the deep state are always trying to get rid of these people, and journalists even get killed for telling the truth, against that narrative. They're trying to protect that narrative at all costs. So, this was something I found was interesting. I don't know if I can make this bigger or not. But I found this very interesting, this young lady, what she had to say. Because for some reason, and this is why Black women struggle and why they lonely, because we don't allow our man to lead us. And it's like we constantly, shaming them and not listening to them. We think we are men and we want to, tell a man what to do when we think that we strong Black women and we don't need a man and we don't need to listen to a man, and we don't allow a man to lead us. And that's the reason why we have a struggle, you know what I mean? And why more and more Black men don't want to be bothered with Black women, and then Black women are mad when they go to some other race because the way we carry on to our men. And I just thought this girl's perspective was great because it's true. I know most of y'all are not going to want to hear this, but it is the truth.
And I see a lot of Black women making videos talking down to Black men who voted for Trump. And I just have to say, if you voted for Trump and you're a Black man, thank you. And I thank you because I know exactly why you voted for Trump. You voted for secure borders so that us women and children can be safe. You voted for a strong economy so that us women and children can be provided for. You voted for our children to not be indoctrinated in this failed.
And let me tell you something. A lot of y'all ain't going to like to hear this, okay? But I have friends that are gay, that have kids. I got friends that are trans, everything. And they even say that they don't like this agenda with what they're doing with the schools. And they feel like is a certain group of people that are trans that don't represent certain other people that are trans that don't like that agenda with the kids and the indoctrinating of the kids and stuff. I have a trans friend that I've had for many, many decades, and she said to me that she would never, ever recommend a kid transition young like that. Like, get grown up first and make that choice because it's intense. It's a big deal. It's not something to take lightly. And a lot of people that have kids, they don't want their kids going to school, whether they're gay or not, to have this agenda thrown down their kids' throat. All they want to do is send their kids to school and learn reading, writing, and arithmetic, history, and the regular shit. It shouldn't be no political indoctrination in school. And I feel like that was a huge part of the problem that nobody wants to talk about and everybody's afraid to say, but that was a huge problem,
Public school system. You voted for my right to not have to use the bathroom with a biological man. You also voted for our children not to be drafted into another endless, senseless war that only.
There you go, because that was important to me because I saw where this was going. Democrats always have war. And when Trump was in office last time, we didn't have no wars, and he's trying to end this war in Ukraine. He's trying to end the war. He's not a warmonger. He's just about making money. He's not trying to use American dollars to waste in these wars because it is money laundering to the military industrial complex, which is more Democrats, just spreading money. Oh, let's create a war and then, give them money. And then you guys are just going to funnel it right back into our war materials. And it's just a circle and a vicious cycle. They're always going to want war, and, they say that they wouldn't draft, but they will draft if they don't have enough people to fight their war. Don't get it twisted. They will do it. They will absolutely do it. And they said everybody has to register for selective service, even women, when it used to be a time when women didn't have to register. So these people are the devil, and these policies I don't agree with, and I don't give a damn what nobody say. I'm not aligning with people that don't represent me how I think as a person. If you don't do that in your regular life, why would you do it in politics? It doesn't make sense.
Only benefits the military industrial complex.
That.
And also you voted for the protection of our freedom of speech. The same freedom of speech.
Thank you. As somebody that was censored, shadow banned, deplatformed on Instagram, and just slandered, called conspiracy theorists. People didn't want to hire me. That censorship everywhere around that agenda. Around that Democrat liberal agenda, you couldn't say nothing at all. You couldn't even ask a question about that shit. You understand? Without being censored. Doctors were being censored. Scientists were being censored. Studies were being blocked that showed different than what they wanted you to know. I'm glad that that's over. We deserve the truth. Shout out to RFK for going out there and wanting to show the people the truth and the reality of this government and the condition that our country is in. Same thing with all these government agencies that are handling the money. We need to expose these people. We need to know what's going on in the reality of our lives.
That these evil, nasty, disgusting women are using to wish death upon you. So as a Black woman, I just want to say thank you for voting for Trump. I truly appreciate you. And I'm going to speak life into you. I pray that God continues to protect you and guide you. I pray that he gives you the success that you deserve. I pray that he gives you the strength to lead your family and your communities. Right. And for anyone who wants to say in the comments that I'm a pick-me, baby, I'm already chosen. So
okay.
What about you?
Okay.
Trump 2024. You already know. Thank you.
Thank you. Very good. Very good. A Black woman that's out there uplifting and elevating a Black man and not tearing them down like they've been doing. Jasmine Crockett and all these Black talking heads, saying that our men are stupid, uneducated, and this and that. No, they have discernment. They have discernment, and I feel like they chose the candidate that aligned with the things that are important to them. And being that Black men are supposed to be the leaders of our community, not these crazy ass Black liberals that they put on mainstream TV, it's despicable and I said in my other video the other day, it's despicable how we treat men, especially how Black women treat Black men. Like, we need to be on their side. We need to trust their judgment as far as what they feel they need to be a man and a hero for their families and stuff like that. Women don't know. They don't know. That's why our families are so broken and everything, because women think that they know, and I can do this all by myself. I'm going to go out here and do whatever. That doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. And we need to start being more united and be more cheerleaders for our men. It's ridiculous. I love everything that young lady said right there. I just want to show y'all this last thing. Now, this guy represents a man that supports this agenda of this Trump administration, and I feel exactly like this man all the time too, because if you really just go on policy and not emotions and not skin color and all of those things, and you make a list of the policies that Democrats have and the policies that the Republicans have, there's no way anybody in their right logical mind would want Democrats to run the country anymore.
Don't get it. You don't get it. I voted for Donald Trump. Black Trump supporter, voted for Donald Trump to do what he's doing.
That's what I keep telling y'all. Y'all was so busy being propagandized by the mainstream media that you guys didn't know that he had a whole entire campaign, that Elon Musk was on the campaign trail with him, Vivek Ramaswamy, and all these people that he has in office right now. And they all said everything that they were going to do if they got in office. Okay. And that is why 70 million people voted for this group, because they got up there. They said that they heard what the American people had said, that they heard that the issues that the people had across the board, no matter who they were. And they came through hard, and they went crazy hard, and they did what they said they were going to do. So nobody that followed the campaign or nobody that voted for them are shocked by anything that they're doing, because they said they were going to do it for 4 years.
Did you expect Donald Trump to do this? Not all this. How it feels so good. That's how I feel.
I'm telling y'all, I feel happy that these people are being exposed and that they probably will not be in office for a long, long time. You know, I feel overjoyed that these people are out of office because they have made a disaster. And they are just the most corrupt, crooked ass people that have ever been in office. These last few decades of Democrats.
Like Elon Musk? Yes. Well, yes. Yes, I do. I'm watching Democrats tell.
Y'all all love Elon Musk before he said he was going to go after the deep state because more liberals have electric cars than anybody. So stop it.
Oh, me.
Shit, the conservative people, they got them big F-150 trucks.
I thought Republicans like small government. Well, that didn't work, so we need Elon. That's why we got Elon, to help shrink it. Look what he's doing for the USAID. They're dropping their workforce from 10,000 to 300.
And this is the thing. They're making it seem like, you know, they're just coming through and abolishing these agencies all the way through and through. They kept some of the programs. They're just looking at everything to see which programs are bullshit and which programs really are doing the work they're supposed to do. Now, that's a lot of damn corruption if you're going to go from that many employees to just 300. It's just, it's waste. We don't need that much government. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really needs to calm down.
Black History Moment. Black History Moment. Every last black that's on television seem to be all sucking off the Democrat teeth. All of them give the same talking point, the same concerns, all Democrat approved.
That's true.
All of you Democrat approved. Well, Donald Trump, he really ain't helping black people. He really ain't helping black people. You brag one moment black people didn't support Donald Trump. So why are you upset Donald Trump ain't supporting black folk? You can't have it both ways, but he is. What Donald Trump is doing, he's eliminating are you a DEI hire or are you a hire? Yes, and people have a right.
And this is the part about the DEI thing. It's not like they abolished the 1964 Civil Rights Act that I really don't think benefits black people either. They said black people benefit like 4% of DEI stuff. That most of the people that benefit from the Civil Rights Act is white women mostly. So, and then now a lot and LGBTQ plus people, though they benefit the most. Black people benefit the least from this shit, and they're the biggest mouth fighting for it. It doesn't make any sense
to say that. I'm enjoying every single bit of this. Friday, I'm loving it. Trump kicking butt. You don't like it? Guess what? You didn't vote for Trump. We're out here protesting. We're protesting those. Did you vote for Donald Trump? No. So why am I surprised that you out here protesting?
That's the point, because the only people out there mad are the people that didn't vote for him because they didn't know the agenda, because they were being propagandized for 4 years and they didn't know the agenda of what he said he was going to do. But the people that voted for him, the 70 million people that voted for him by a landslide, they knew the agenda and they liked it, and they figured, why not? These people ain't doing shit. Let's just vote for him and see what he's going to do. And he did everything that he said he was going to do. Who can be mad at that? And then even like people that didn't vote for him, they like, well, shit, he stood on business. He did what he said he was going to do. And his approval rating among people that didn't even vote for him is pretty high, because they figure, okay, well, he did say he was going to do that, and he did it.
Mr. Trump, you didn't vote for him, so of course you're not going to like it. But as for people like me, I'm loving it. Enjoy your Friday. And you people still don't get it.
So there you have it, folks. So you can see where I was trying to go. I just want you guys to see a different side of things, I mean, and listen, how they were able to win that election too was because, a lot of people, everybody ain't gonna be like me and be like, this is what I think and stand on my conviction. And I don't care if people don't like me, if people don't hire me, or people don't. That's my opinion. That is how I choose to live my life. And in this society where everybody's always like, accept me for the way I am, Liberals don't really accept you for the way you are unless you are on the side of their agenda. You know what I'm saying? If they were so liberal, they wouldn't give a damn what you think, if you have conservative values or not. You don't have to accept everything they do. I just wouldn't get in the way of anything they do. I'll be the first person to stand up and fight for somebody to be free and be they self and all that shit, because I want the same for me and my child. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to accept your agenda. I don't have to go that damn far. You know what I mean? So, you know, and I just feel like Democrats, they dropped the ball right there forever. I don't think they'll ever get that back. They'll never get it back. And then once everybody see how corrupt they have been, you know, it's just a wrap forever. I don't see them ever getting back in. I don't think they'll ever. It's going to be a very long time. And they will have a lot of work to do. And they just lost all their credibility. And I just don't see it, you know. I feel that, I mean, I feel Elon Musk is a globalist too, and he's just a visionary. He was smart enough to see that these old school globalists, Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum and all these people, they started looking like villains, you know what I'm saying? And they're just going in a way that's old school, and people don't like it. Like, young people don't like any of these people. You know, and it's important what they think, because they're the future. Half of the, you know, most of the people that voted for Democrats, they 65 years up and up, you know, those people are going to be dead soon. You know, these young people are going to be the ones that, you know, rule the world in the end. And they're just not feeling that old school way of thinking, you know. And so I don't know. Me, honestly, no matter what president gets in office, you know, I would pray for America to be okay and that everybody would be abundant and stuff like that. When Biden got in office, I prayed for that, even though I couldn't stand him and I thought he was the worst president we ever had in the history of the presidency. But I still, you know, prayed that they would do the right things, and they didn't. You know, and I pray the same thing for this administration. And so far, so good. You know, you guys are judging somebody off of what they did in 30 days, and you're not judging somebody like Biden off of what he did in 40 or 50 years he's been in politics. You guys can't even make it make sense to me. You can't make it make sense. And I don't care what anybody thinks about me at the end of the day, because the only person I really care about who thinks about me is my son. You know what I mean? And I'm going to always be a person to stand on my conviction, because I want him to do that. I don't want him ever to feel like, you know, you believe in something, but, you know, I'm too scared to stand on it. I'm going to just do what everybody else is doing. No, I'm not teaching my son to do that. Even if my son disagree with me, I tell him, if you have a good enough argument, you can do it. You know what I mean? I ain't going to stop you if it makes sense and you have conviction and facts and receipts on why it's something that you should do. You know, we got to wake up. We got to really wake up, y'all, because, you know, the rest of the world can't stand us. You know, I feel like the BRICS could have really been a threat if the Democrats stayed in office any longer, because the rest of the world was getting tired of their bullshit. And it looks like Trump dismantled that right away in one little, you know, few sentences to them. And, you know, they all working together now. And it's like, you know, that's a leader to me. Like, you trying to, you know, stop strife and, you know, trying to keep everybody from warring and try and keep everything balanced and just get this money, you know. Because if America's getting money, we all get money. If more factories build he said, if you build your factories here, you won't have to pay no tariffs. You understand? So, you know, if more industry comes here, that's more jobs for the people here. Like, you guys just have to really listen to the policies and really stop just being, you know, propagandized and listen to mainstream media all the time, because it's just not factual. It's not factual, and they're not telling you the truth. They are gaslighting you into accepting facts that are just, I'm not even going to say facts, into accepting bullshit that's not true. You know, you guys have to go down a rabbit hole. It's like in the Matrix. You know, a lot of people, you know, they don't want to know the truth, because it's going to be, you know, they don't want to be on the side of righteousness, because it's never a good thing to be on the side of righteousness. Look what they did to Christ. Anybody that's on the side of righteousness, 9 times out of 10, the deep state is going to kill you. It's the same people that killed Christ, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, the Teresa Lumumba, any of them people. You know, look what Nelson Mandela. It's always the same people. Anybody that come with a message of righteousness to say, hey, turn away from these evil ass people, they're going to get you. So a lot of people are just afraid, to speak up, but they got in that voting booth and they spoke. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm not going to say. I've had people in my industry a lot of the time say, oh, Shelly, I heard what you said and I agree, but I wouldn't say anything because, I don't want to lose my job and I'm scared. And, a lot of people say that. And it's a shame that I can only speak for my industry, but I know it's across the board that people are afraid to speak their mind because they're worried about retaliation, or people are afraid to align themselves with what they feel in their heart is good for them, but they're afraid because of how they're going to be attacked by their co-workers, their union leaders and stuff like that. But I wasn't afraid at all because God told me that you are above these people and you have divine favor and not to worry, and this is the message that you're supposed to give, and this is what I want you to do. So I don't fear nobody but God. So you guys have to just stop, living in fear. I feel like Democrats are always trying to fear, scare you, COVID, monkeypox, what else they, bird flu, they got your information, we going to go to war, World War III, everything like that. They said Trump was going to start World War III, but Biden and the Democratic Party were the ones that almost got us into World War III. So don't listen to that. You have to have discernment. Look up discernment. If you have discernment, you're going to be able to differentiate what is true and what is false and what is going to be good for you and what is not going to be good for you. So with that being said, I'm going to get off of here. And, and I almost hate talking about stuff like this really because it's really irritating because you would think it would be common sense, but it's just not. Because they have everybody in a state of fear and propaganda of if they telling you the same thing over, drilling it in your brain. And I'm going to do the exact same thing to reverse it. You know what I mean? It's like people need to have, be deprogrammed from these people. It's over for Democrats. Listen to me. It's over for the Democratic Party. It is over. All of these fights that they're going to do, all of these lawsuits they're going to do, they're going to lose because the president is working within the Constitution. These people knew what was coming. They have the biggest legal teams. They are working with a fine-tooth comb in everything that they're doing. The Democrats that are left are not going to be able to stop anything. They control the presidency, the House, the Senate. It's over. When any elections come around, most of the people are going to vote half these people off and out, and it's going to be a wrap. You have to come to the realization of this, and you need to just get on board and figure out what you're going to do to have your best life in the new America. That's what's going to happen because it's not going back to the old way. It's just like AI or a black and white TV to color TV. Once people get a taste of government that's not so corrupt, it's never going to go back to the old corrupt government that we had. And I can't see why anybody would want it. So there you go. I am Shelly B. I love y'all. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your time listening. And I just want you all to know that life is what you make it. And if you think that your life is going to be messed up because this president is in office, then it will. Because I know I never thought my life was going to be messed up with Biden, even though I knew he had a great potential to destroy the country, and it wasn't. So you just have to project what you want. If you tell yourself your life is going to be messed up, it's going to. If you say you're going to live your best life and have abundance and elevate, then you will. What words have power, okay? I need you guys to stop being scared and know that you don't deserve to suffer and you don't have to suffer unless you want to. And with that, I'm going to end the stream now. Have a good evening. Thanks for watching.